Well, it's another day at another river, and a slightly different day, overcast and, as you can probably hear, rather windy. So I've stepped up from my little 3-weight twig rod to a slightly longer, slightly heavier 4-weight, just to deal with the wind. I'm not seeing any surface activity. It's bitterly cold at the moment actually, so I'm not surprised. There's not much in the way of insect activity. I've still got a dry on, but I've got a nymph hanging underneath it, about 50 or 60 centimetres under it. Nymph and dry is a great way to fish these little streams. Can't wait. You'll notice I'm fairly cautious about how I approach the creek, and that I'm wearing clothing that helps me to blend in. Even though the water's not especially clear, trout are very aware of their surroundings and they're easily spooked. I also start off with short probing casts. Not that I've got much choice into the teeth of that wind. Not pleasant at all in this wind. Even the 4-weight, I'm having a lot of trouble turning the flies over. Whew. I hope it eases a bit. Can't begin to tell you how cold it is. I've decided to shorten up my line and cast across the pool instead of up along it. That's better. I'm watching that floating dry fly. Can you see it? Keep your eye on it. There's one. Oh, not a bad fish either. Not a bad fish. Oh, so strong. Might need the net on this bloke, I think. Took that nymph beautifully. Just watch the dry go under. Oh, he's a good fish. He's a good fish. Rainbow, but a good size. Get my net. Wow, this is a beautiful fish. Come out of there, out of there. He's absolutely woofed that nymph. And there he is. Oh, I might keep that one. I think that'll be a good eater. Give you a decent look at him. He's not in super fat condition, but he's got some length. What a pretty fish. And there's my nymph. I dispatched this one and stow it in my backpack. That's dinner sorted. Time to keep working my way up this promising pool. I stay well back from the edge, using the grass and reeds to hide my presence from the fish as I cover the water. And there are definitely more trout in here by the looks of that rise. There's no point rushing straight up to the fish that I can see, as there'll be others in here too. Oh, that's a good cast. That deserves a fish. Patience is the key, and thoroughness. It pays to be observant as well. Just saw a little bit of movement a little bit further up, possibly. Up there. Oh, I took the dry. Oh, first one on the dry for the day. Woohoo! Very nice. Now that it's finally warming up, they might start coming up a little bit. Oh, I do love catching them on the dry. Get out of there. No hesitation about taking the dry, that one. Not a particularly big fish, but always good to catch one on the dry fly. Especially when they're as pretty as that. Gorgeous. Came out so easily. The nature of this stream changes around every bend, and as I push on, I soon move into some sandy, gravelly stretches with stands of trees and outcrops of rock. And I've already seen a nice fish moving in a tight channel. It won't be easy to put a fly over it, but I'll do my best. Casting a short, reasonably accurate line is far more important here than achieving distance. It'd be so easy to end up with my flies in those trees. Eventually I work my way into the right spot and unroll a short cast. Keep your eyes glued to that dry fly as it drifts down the chute. Got him right there. Oh my goodness. That was spectacular. Oh. On the dry. What a tight spot. So good. Wow, that was so much fun. Nice fish too. It's warmed up, I've been able to peel a couple of layers off, and the fish are obviously waking up too and looking up. Gosh, he's big enough to keep this one, but I'm going to let him go. A gorgeous fish. Absolutely nailed the dry. Ah, good stuff. Look where he came from. I saw him move in there before, so I crept around behind, went down there and came up, and I was able to drop the dry in there, and he took it about a rod length from the rod tip. Oh, I love it. But there's plenty more water to fish before I need to head back, and the early afternoon shadows creeping out from the far bank are creating a really interesting strip of darker water for me to prospect with my dry and nymph. There's just got to be a trout or two in there, surely. The drift's slow and my eyes stay glued to that dry fly. But so far, nothing. Keep working, keep covering water, keep watching. Oh, there's one. Got him. He took the nymph. Nice fish too. I saw him rise, cast it just upstream from where he rose, but he didn't take the dry, he took the nymph. Oh, lovely fish. Oh, nearly jumped onto that rock. Ooh, he's woken up a bit now. Oh, crikey. Just got to take it easy on a 4-pound tippet. Surprisingly strong.
The fish, that is, not the tippet. It's very easy to break if you hang on too tight to that fat fly line. Use the rod to absorb the shocks.
Come on, mate. Will not give up. Wow, he's like a slab of chrome, that fish. How absolutely gorgeous. That nymph is just going to drop out of there. I'll face him up into the current. Doesn't know he's free yet. Oh, he does now. Go back over and rest up in the shadows. How good is that?
And it just keeps getting better. I'm into some tight, willow-lined country now. Tricky to fish with a fly, but also a great place for trout to hide. And if you keep your eyes peeled and move slowly and cautiously, you're likely to see some. There's one now.
Oh, there's a lovely fish right in the tail of this pool here. I've seen him move a couple of times. It'd be so easy to just blunder up and scare that fish, but luckily I saw it move. It's not going to be easy. I can see a big fish down here.
I'm casting so that most of my fly line and leader lays across the grass and reeds, with only the flies and a very short length of tippet in the water. But it still takes me multiple careful presentations to get it just right.
Oh, he's still there.
It's nerve-wracking stuff. But eventually...
Got him. Got him. Oh, he's a big fish. And I have trouble keeping him out of that bad country. Oh, come through there. Come through. Oh, come through. Oh, yeah. Don't tell me I finally got a brownie. Yes, I have. I thought from where that fish was lying that it was probably a brown. Look at that. Oh, what a handsome fish that is. Took my little nymph. Now I've actually promised a decent fish to a mate. I don't really like keeping wild browns, but I'm going to take that one. Such a good looking fish.
One of the bonuses of keeping the odd trout is getting to check out what they've been eating.
Look at that. Yabby claws and legs. It's a yabby feeder. Plenty of little insects in there as well. Could even be snails, some of those. No, I think they're a tiny water beetle.
With lovely flesh, this brownie was certainly appreciated by my mate, and it was a terrific way to finish off another memorable day on the water. You've got to love fly fishing our streams. Until next time, tight lines.